So this is a solution for a client that required to have a database in Airtable where he could see and trigger by city and keywords, a combination of cities and keywords, and get the respective SEO metrics like cost per click, page difficult, etc. For that, he needed to make a combination of requests based on the keyword and the city to a ranker API. So basically, something like this. On Airtable, you have, I don't know, somewhere 200 cities, could be more, and say 100 keywords that you want to look, a combination for each city, all of these 100 keywords. So that's a total of 20,000 records. This has some problems in your table because you have there several limitations like requests per seconds that you can make, the number of records that you can create also per unit of time, and the number of calls to external APIs that you can make. So basically, the solution was to create a web service. I created a web service in the middle using Heroku as a platform as a service with FastAPI that received the request from Airtable with the data of the 200 cities and the keywords, one request, and then the service handled making all of the combination like 200 requests, one request containing one city and the 100 keywords, or the 20,000 requests if it wanted to be like one request combination between city and keyword. So I was able to gather per city all of the 100 keywords, reducing it instead of 20,000 requests to 200 requests, make to the ranker service, and then after a while, between say 0 and 24 hours, that was the SLA provided by the client, we should receive the response for each request made. So this was kind of hard or impossible to make only with Airtable. Then after we receive the 200 response, then the Fast API will process them, get the metrics required, and then send a Slack notification and also an email with all of the records in a CSV file to be imported into Airtable. So going back to our table, here's the extension that I created with the code that is handling the first request to send the combination of cities and keywords based on the filters that we have here. In this case, I'm gonna only shoot 15 and 3 keywords. Once I click run, this will trigger it, and it's basically at this moment sending the request to the web service in Heroku. We can see that we receive on Slack the first notification, and through these notifications we can query the status of the request. For example, if I go here, it will show me. So basically, the URL from the Slack channel will do two things. There's one that I can see how many cities are still pending to be retrieved or get response, and the other one is if I wanna send a partial CSV with the results gathered until that moment, I can click on that link, and it basically will send me the email to my email folder. This is basically the email that was triggered at the moment in the CSV file. At the moment, like we saw, currently the 15 cities are still being processed by the third-party provider. But once we receive, they will be here as data to be imported into Airtable. This is how it looks once it's imported. Is per, in this case, we have 3 keywords times the number of cities. So we see per city, the 3 keywords and the metrics for each one. And once it has finished, also we receive a notification saying that all of the response were received and the time taken to process the whole batch of cities and keyword combination. If there were cities that failed because of the canonical names, they will appear here in the failed cities just in case.